Elon Musk has the green light to build a high-speed underground transportation route to Chicago's O'Hare Airport. Musk said yesterday his Boring Company won the bid to build a system using electric vehicles to carry passengers through tunnels. He predicted it would be ready within 3 years. Chicago's Mayor Rahm Emanuel calls it the fast lane to the city's future. Dean Reynolds spoke to Musk and Emanuel about the plan that promises to outpace Chicago's famous L trains.
This animation shows how Elon Musk's Boring Company plans to transform transportation. Passengers could one day travel like this from downtown Chicago to O'Hare International Airport. Gliding on electric skates, as many as 16 people would be swept along at speeds well in excess of 100 miles an hour, making the nonstop trip in 12 minutes. Compare that to an hour of hell or more in a car during Chicago's rush hour, or the 45 minutes on mass transit for the same journey.
Mr. Musk, why? Why do you do this?
It seems like we've been stuck in traffic for decades, I don't know, better part of a century.
And there's a lot of skepticism that this can be done at all.
Look, there were doubters about putting a man on the moon. On anything that's new, there will be doubters.
Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel and the tech entrepreneur turned billionaire businessman Musk say it's time to give Chicago 21st century transportation. On Thursday, they visited the proposed downtown station, which happens to sit underneath the CBS News Chicago Bureau.
In fact, if someone can even detect that we're digging the tunnel underneath them, we want to buy the technology they invented.
The sturdiness of the tunnels is a safety concern, and the disposal of the tunnel dirt an environmental one. But if the concerns are answered, Musk says digging could start in 3 to 4 months, and the first passengers could be aboard in 3 years, 30 to 60 feet underground. Musk is hoping to dig a tunnel in California to showcase the technology and is working with officials in the Northeast Corridor on a similar idea, though red tape is slowing his progress. Musk certainly knows something about being in a hole. He just laid off 9% of his workforce at Tesla because of a financial reorganization.
2, 1, liftoff.
But his SpaceX rockets are now part of the nation's exploration efforts, and Musk remains bullish.
I think this is something that's new and exciting. It's not just the same old thing. America's about trying bold new things and trying new technologies that are really going to inspire people for the future.
It's predicted the system could carry 2,000 passengers in either direction every hour, with the so-called skates leaving at 30-second to 2-minute intervals. The price? $20 to $25, or about half what a cab ride would cost. Shortly before we spoke to Musk on Thursday, he addressed the possibility of failure.
If we fail, well, I guess me and others will lose a bunch of money.
For CBS This Morning, Dean Reynolds, Chicago.
I love a Dean piece. Dreaming big.
I support his visionary,
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. And every time we see the figure about laying off 9% of the Tesla staff, I think it's important to say that it's not affecting the production staff that is still working on those Model 3 cars. It's my understanding that it was white-collar employees that were laid off. Still, it is a layoff, and we can't make light of that. But he's still on track for doing what he said he wanted to do. And he
Can we please have one of those here in New York City?
I was thinking that too.
Faster. It would be nice to replace the soul-deadening traffic wait to get to the airport.
I wouldn't mind if he suggested that in New York. He's always thinking big. And if it doesn't work, he goes back and tries it again. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.